No, you asked me for my ID. Right. I don't have to give you my ID unless I've done something. What have I done?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
For what? Are you arresting me? And for what purpose?
I'm detaining you.
Today, he appeared in a Stoughton County District Court for a hearing regarding his 34-page motion to dismiss all charges.
Detain me for what? Why are you detaining me?
You're not even listening.
What did I do for you to detain me?
The Domino case. What did the officer do wrong? Plenty. He was unprofessional and needlessly escalated the contact with Domino without reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. This is important to note because looking at cars is not considered a crime. He made 2 unwarranted demands for ID just 35 seconds into contact with Domino. Domino was sequentially placed under arrest 40 seconds into contact. 40 seconds! This just goes to show that the officer had intended to arrest Domino, and he did so by demanding Domino's ID. We see bad cops do this all the time in videos. They go after a person's ID because it's a sure-proof way to hem them up, even if no laws were broken. Plus, the cops want to run everyone they contact for warrants, and to do so, they need your full name and your date of birth, which is information most commonly found on a driver's license or an ID.
I know my rights. I know my rights. You're using force now.
This is the arrest caught on camera in Clarkston last June that quickly went viral. Mark Domino has and continues to fight to get the charges against him dropped. He faces obstructing a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest.
Police and fire, this is Mallory.
Hi, I'm at the Clarkston Walmart right now, and I just saw a gentleman stop and get in 3 different doors of a car, looking around, and I kind of watched him to see if it was his, and now he's walking clear away.
Okay, and this was at Clarkston Walmart, you said?
Yeah, so I couldn't see if he took anything.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of watch him and see if he comes back here. He was holding his keys in his hand, I think more making it look like to other people that he had keys to it.
Okay.
I'm trying to watch him to see if
Can you describe him to me?
He's a black guy, about 5'11", with a black backpack on and like a grayish blue t-shirt.
Okay, which direction is he walking?
He is walking north at the end of the parking lot, on the east end of the parking lot. I can't see him right now, so in a minute I'll drive around and kind of watch him. But the car that he was digging in is a silver something. I don't know what that is, with a handicap sticker on it.
Okay. Are you able to meet with the officer and show him what vehicles he may have gone into?
I am.
Okay. And what's your name?
Jody Brunel. Yeah, he's clear on the other end of the parking lot, so I think he just saw that car and thought he would search through it. But I'll keep an eye on him.
Okay.
Do you know what officer?
Okay, did he open the door, 3 doors on one car, or was it 3 different cars?
He got opened 3 doors on this car and was looking around in it, and then kind of had his keys up there, because there was a guy in the next spot. So I think he was trying to make it look like he had the keys to that car.
Okay.
If you tell me what officer, I can look for him, because they all know me. In a good way.
Do you see the officer now looking for the mail? It's going to be Officer Lors.
I don't.
How's it going, man? I'm Officer Lors, Clarkston Police Department. Put your phone down for a second. What do you got in your pocket there? Is that just something hanging off your backpack? What is that, a hanger? What are you doing with that? Is this your bike?
Yes.
It's your bike? You got ID on you?
Why do you need my ID?
Because somebody saw you looking at cars, so I'm here just checking to see what's going on. You got ID on you?
Yeah, I do, but did I do anything?
Yeah, I'm figuring that out right now. I'll take a look at your ID, though.
You don't need my ID unless I did something.
Okay.
Unless you're taking me in for something like that.
Turn around and put your hands behind your back right now.
For
now!
What? For what?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back now!
For what?
Before we get started,
108, pick it up.
please review the
You're You're going to obey me, or you're going to go on the ground.
Why do I need to obey you?
Because I'm giving you a lawful order.
For what?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Did I do anything?
Yes. Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
What did I do?
Do you want to get tased?
Excuse me?
Turn around and put your...
For what? Do you know I work here?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Do you know I work here? This is my bike.
Okay.
So what did I do for you to approach me and then tell me that put my hands behind my back?
Sir.
What are you arresting me for?
I'm not arresting you. Right now, you're not cooperating with me.
For what?
And you're getting agitated.
The cops' insatiable thirst to run warrant checks is why so many police interactions turn violent nowadays, even for an innocent person like yourself, just like what happened in here. The officer's mistakes did not stop there. After demanding that Domino turn around and place his hands behind his back, the officer radioed for backup, telling the other officer to pick it up. The rest of the video speaks for itself.
No, you asked me for my ID.
Right.
I don't have to give you my ID
Okay.
unless I've done something. What have I done?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
For what? Are you arresting me? And for what purpose?
I'm detaining you.
Today, he appeared in a Stoughton County District Court for a hearing regarding his 34-page motion to dismiss all charges.
Detain me for what? Why are you detaining me?
You're not even listening.
What did I do for you to detain me?
Putting legal technicalities aside, Domino's decision to settle with the city of Clarkston for just $25,000 after having first requesting $5 million in his lawsuit was something he voluntarily agreed to, even though it was likely he could have settled for a higher amount. Any argument about whether the amount was or the settlement was too low becomes a moot point. Instead, what we need to focus on are the many things that the responding officer did wrong that led to his unlawful detainment and violent arrest in the first place. This officer, like so many of his fellow officers, did not understand the limits of his authority or even how to perform a lawful Terry stop, which is considered the bread and butter of our contemporary law enforcement.
June of 2019, Clarkston police were called to the Walmart parking lot for a suspected vehicle prowler. Mark Domino, a Walmart employee, matched the description of who they were looking for, though he had only entered his own car, which his wife was using that day, and then walked over to his motorcycle. Police asked him for his ID, and Domino grew increasingly frustrated. Clarkston police then detained him, and the video went viral.
Why are you detaining me? Why are you detaining me?
On Tuesday, a crowd showed up at the Stoughton County Courthouse in support of Domino during his hearing.
As I'm watching this video, I'm sitting here wondering, what if this man would have died? Would the police have used the news to dirty up this man's name and look for whatever he had done in the past to make him look like a bad guy? I watch other videos regarding this situation, and they're basically saying the officer essentially did nothing wrong. I think the officer escalated the situation to use unreasonable force and definitely should be fired. So keep watching the video.
No!
No!
What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
Dude, shut up till we're done.
Do their job. This is my stepdad right here. They need to do their job. Worry about yourself. I'm not.
Clarkson 119 code 4. One in custody. Units can downgrade.
We would also like to maybe see an apology for all of the injustice that he's had to face since that time.
The hearing was regarding a 34-page motion to drop charges put together by Domino.
But they needed to dismiss all the charges, first and foremost.
A Stoughton County District Judge, Tina Kernan, did not dismiss the charges and is still sending the case to a jury trial.
I have her name. It's Jody Burnell, I believe, but the call disconnected when she said she knew you and she saw you guys were on scene.
Are you Jody?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have your ID with you?
I do. I'm over here.
Okay.
I'm 214's mom.
Okay. Is that the male that you
Yeah.
saw? Okay. Can you get me video? Male that came to this bike, everything that he did. He's an employee. We've got a witness that saw him going into cars, and we just fought and tased him. So
right there.
That bike, male come to it. Where did he walk? Which cars?
The car that he got into was clear on the other end.
Okay.
He kinda
So you
walked
saw one male walking from all the way over there?
clear over to here.
And
because
that's the male that we talked to?
Yeah, I watched him. He
Okay.
got into 3 doors of that car, and then he just walked
Okay.
away and came clear over here. So I
Okay.
thought, well, that's not right.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the woman came
Can
over
you
and
start looking at that for me? Thank
the
you.
woman came over and was
Okay.
kind of pissed, saying it was his car registered with him. But you say it's your car.
19's on scene with the RP.
Before showed up, and not one of you I know. I'm Brad Peters' mom.
Okay, I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Just so you know, everything's being recorded.
Oh, okay. So what did he say when you...
How many? He wouldn't say anything to me. How many cars did he look at?
Just the one. But
Just the one.
So that one car, far,
Like my pickup would
a
be
gray
parked...
Chevy Aveo, is registered to him. The same as the bike.
Okay. He could have...
Yeah, why didn't he say that?
I understand your frustration. I understand that this case means a lot to you. But my job is to keep the court moving and to apply the law as I see it's fit. And I have made decisions in your case, and I can tell by your eyes widening right now that you don't agree with those decisions.
Domino represented himself during the hearing. Along with the motion to dismiss charges, the court also went over motions of discovery for the upcoming jury trial.
So you saw him get into one car and then walk across the parking
so
lot?
say like my pickup was right here. That car would have been right there facing me. So I put my card away, and when he walked down this way, he walked to the passenger side, got in that door, came around this way, got in the driver's door, then got in the back. And there was a car right next to him, so he's holding his keys, but he never used a key on anything. It was all unlocked. And then I couldn't tell if he grabbed anything.
Okay.
But then he just walked away down this aisle and then just headed straight over here.
Okay.
So yeah, that looks like a prowl.
Right. Okay, let me get you a written statement form. If you could fill that out for me, I'd appreciate it.
He just wouldn't talk to him?
No, and then he started, like, he just super agitated, super, I don't have to tell you my name. I'm like, listen, man, so right now you're being detained, and he got all jacked up, and so I'm like, okay, turn around and put your hands behind your back. I'm going to detain you. No. And then once Rabbit got here, he reached into his pocket real fast, and we went hands-on at that point. We sort of danced around with him because he's a big dude like this for a while. And then finally he wrapped his arm around me, and I had my taser out already, and I tased him, and we took him down and finally got him cuffed, but we fought with him the whole time. So all he had to do was talk.
Yeah, if you would have said that's my car, it could have been done in 2 seconds.
You can just fill this out and drop it off at PD,
Okay.
or have Brad drop it off for us, whatever works for you. As soon as you can. I'm not sure yet.
So what did he say when...
He wouldn't say anything. I don't know anything.
I don't know anything.
I don't know anything.
So I'll still get everything figured out. Yeah, me too. Thank you.
In America, we don't believe in trial by ambush. And so we go through a period of what's called discovery in a case, and that's where we ask the other side questions and ask them to provide information so that we know what the case is and we can prepare.
Domino asked to see Clarkston police policy on stops and handcuffing.
Their stop, they're claiming that it was a terrorist stop. They claim that everything that they did was lawful. Well, I need to see what do they consider a lawful stop in regards to my charges.
Judge Kernan agreed to have this information released.
There are things that he wants that he thinks will help him in his case, and frankly, I think he's looking beyond this. He's looking at his attempt to get some money from the city instead of whether he's innocent or guilty.
Domino has also filed a $5 million tort claim against the city of Clarkston.
At one point, a release of liability agreement had been verbally accepted, but Domino later decided not to sign. The jury trial is set for October 8th and 9th.
This level of dangerously competent police work is more than just like a simple training issue. Instead, it's everything that's wrong with policing today, from biased internal investigations to the disproportionate influence of police unions to qualified immunity. Until these issues are dealt with satisfactorily, don't expect to see any improvements anytime soon. The thin blue line does not react well to change, especially if the change means being held to a higher level of public accountability.